Let's get some more analysis on that from David Levinthal, who's a senior reporter at the Centre for Public Integrity. Mr. Levinthal, good to speak to you today on TRT World. Just how much do you think this latest email scandal is going to hurt Ms. Clinton?
It's not going to help her any, and this has been something that has been dogging her for the entire campaign, going back really to 2015 when she first announced. Now, put against and juxtaposed with some of the scandals that Donald Trump has been experiencing, it remains to be seen over the next week whether this is going to be something that is going to pull her poll numbers down or otherwise erode support among people who are going to be going to the polls or even already going to the polls because of early voting here in the United States. But again, this is not something that she wanted or something that she even expected at this juncture so close to Election Day.
I mean, what's the sense that those who are going to back Mr. Trump are probably not going to be swayed by the things he said? Those who are going to back Ms. Clinton are not going to be swayed. Now, it's the ones in the middle that are important, and how much do you think it's going to affect them? Because people don't trust her.
Well, not only the ones in the middle, but the ones in the middle who are in key swing states all across the country, places like Ohio, places like Florida, where ultimately we probably have maybe a half dozen to 10 states or so that are going to be the deciding factors in this election because of sort of the odd, archaic system that we have in the United States for selecting a president, where instead of having a national vote, you have these 50 little mini contests all across the country. So the email issue, though, does play very well into Donald Trump's game plan, which is that Hillary Clinton is not trustworthy. Hillary Clinton, as president, wouldn't be somebody who would have the public's interests in mind. She would only have her interests in mind. Now, the question with Donald Trump is, can he get that message out sufficiently in the last week? He's had some major cash troubles where Hillary Clinton has a heck of a lot more money on her side of the equation than Donald Trump has, and it's critical to be able to propagate that message out as much as possible. Not sure if Donald Trump is really going to have the horsepower to do that necessarily.
Perhaps not, Ms. Levinthal, but couldn't this just help Mr. Trump if Ms. Clinton does win post-election to kind of reinforce his message that there's an elite who are in control and they had no chance, the little guy, Mr. Trump?
It may do that, but in that scenario, Donald Trump would not be president and Hillary Clinton would be president. So Donald Trump's participation in the political process will be on the outside looking in as opposed to the inside looking out from the White House.
Absolutely, but there has been talk of this kind of movement that's happening. You will have heard of the alternative right, and Mr. Trump is seen as a poster boy of that for some respects. There's going to be a big change in American politics post this election, isn't there? Mr. Trump may be in a position to just kind of exacerbate the fears that many Americans have of an elite that rule them.
He very well could, and it kind of speaks to the question of what's the Republican Party going to look like after this election? If Hillary Clinton wins and Donald Trump loses, is the Republican Party going to go through some sort of massive soul searching where it becomes a very different party than the one that the United States has known for at least a couple of generations? And also, too, a major outstanding question here is what's going to happen to the House and the Senate, Congress? If Democrats are somehow seize control of both sides of the House, they don't have power on both sides now. This is going to be a major issue for them, the Republicans, in terms of controlling whatever happens in government, despite Donald Trump's great protestations.
Well, Dave Levinthal, not long to go now, just 8 days. Thank you for joining us, TRT World.